Hello students, welcome to PRS Math World. Today we are going to discuss about the topic algebra in Sem 4. That is, first definition is group. So let us discuss the definition of group. For this group we are taking a non-empty set G. We are taking a non-empty set. That means it should contain at least one element, and also we are taking one operation that is under multiplication. So also we can take any operation like addition, subtraction, but in general in this definition we are taking the operation as multiplication. Then the algebraic structure we are defining as like G under multiplication. This is said to be a group if it satisfies four properties. First property is closure property. Closure property means you take any two element from the non-empty set, then that multiplication, we are taking the operation multiplication, that's why that multiplication is also belongs to the same set. Then it satisfies closure property. Also it should satisfy associative property. That means take three elements from the set, then A into B into C, which is equals to A into B into C. That means when you are multiplying any three elements in any manner, then it should be same. Then identity property. Identity property under multiplication means we are taking one element from G. There must exist another identity element which is also belongs to G, such that it should satisfy the condition A into E equals to A, which is equals to E into A. That means when you are multiplying any identity element to any element, then the same element will come, then this element is said to be an identity element. In this, E is said to be identity element under multiplication. Obviously we are taking identity element under multiplication is 1. Now the last property, inverse property. That means when you are taking one element from G, then there must exist another element also we are taking from the same set, then it should satisfy the condition A into B equals to identity element. In this case we can say B is the inverse element of A, at the same time A is the inverse element of B. That means when you are multiplying one element to any another element, the identity element will come, then this element is said to be an inverse element to the given element. So here under multiplication we are doing, that's why we are taking A into B. Suppose when you are doing with under addition, then you have to take A plus B. Okay, so these are the four properties. If it satisfies all those four properties, that is closure, associative, identity, inverse properties, then we can say this G is a group under the operation multiplication. Now let us see the definition of abelian group. Abelian group means a group G satisfies commutative property. A group G, it is given means group in the sense it should satisfy four properties, including that four properties it also need to satisfy commutative property. We are taking the operation as multiplication, that's why what is the commutative property under multiplication? Take two elements from G, then A into B equals to B into A. Then if it satisfies this property, then we can say it satisfies commutative property, and that group satisfies commutative property, then we can say it is an abelian group. That means in another way, abelian group means we also say that G is a non-empty set and multiplication is any binary operation, then it satisfies closure property, associative, identity, inverse, commutative, then also we can say it is an abelian group. Let us go to example. Suppose we are taking operation as addition. Suppose instead of multiplication, when you are taking addition operation, then the integer number set is an abelian under addition. In the same way, rational number set, real number set, complex number sets, these are all abelians under addition. Under addition only they are abelians, under multiplication they are not. Okay, because in each case what is the identity element? E is 0, because when you are adding any element to 0, then the same element will come. So 0 is the identity element under addition. So in the same way, inverse element of A is minus A. In this previous all sets, for every element there must exist that a negative of that number in integers, rational numbers, reals and complex numbers. That's why these are all groups and these are all abelians under addition. But whereas in multiplication they are not groups under subtraction, or they are not groups under multiplication. Under multiplication they are not groups, because when you are taking Z, what is the multiplication? A into 1 by A is equals to 1. So 1 by A is the inverse, but the fractions are not there in integers. So inverse property does not exist in integers. So whereas in rational numbers, real numbers and complex numbers, 0 is also there, but 0 does not having any inverse element under multiplication, because 1 by 0 does not define, is not defined. That's why they are all not groups under multiplication. And also remember that except 0 you take all positive non-zero rational numbers or non-zero real numbers or non-zero complex number. Means except 0 you take any complex number or any real number or any rational number, then they are abelian group under multiplication also, because except 0 every element have that inverse element, that is reciprocal element. Suppose when you are taking 2 by 3, then the reciprocal is 3 by 2. So every element has inverse element under multiplication. That's why all non-zero rational numbers, real numbers, complex numbers are abelian groups under multiplication. Now let us discuss some important theorems in groups. First one is cancellation law. This statement is, prove that in a group G, right and left cancellation laws holds in G. That is B into A into C into A. When you are taking right cancellation, then we will get B equals to C, that is right cancellation law. In the same way, we are cancelled at left side, then it is called left cancellation law. We need to prove. Obviously in real numbers we can cancel, but whereas in groups, is it holds or not, we have to prove. In this, G is group that we are considering, and what we need to prove, that we have to write right cancellation law and left cancellation law. For this, take 3 elements from G. Now to prove right cancellation law, just we are considering BA equals to CA and we need to prove B equals to C. For that, what is given, G is a group, that is given means group satisfies, already we discussed previously, it satisfies 4 properties. In that, inverse property is also there. So G is a group in the sense it satisfies inverse property. So what is the inverse property we are writing here? That means take any element from G, then that inverse element also must be belongs to G, such that it should satisfy which condition? A into A inverse equals to identity element. So this is the condition for inverse property. That's why for every A, inverse element exists in the sense we can multiply inverse on both sides for the consideration. That is, we are multiplying A inverse on both sides from the right. So take like this. Now G is a group. G is a group that is given means it also satisfies associative property. So by associative property, what we can write in this? B into A inverse. Here also using associative property under multiplication we can write like this. Again, G is a group in the sense A into A inverse is equals to E. Then substitute here. Here also you can substitute like this. But B into E is equals to B. By which property? Identity property. Because G is a group that is given. So by identity property under multiplication, any element into identity element means that element itself. In the same way, CE equals to C. So we are taken BA equals to CA and we are proved B equals to C, which is the condition for right cancellation law. So we are proved this one. Similarly, we can prove the left cancellation law. That is what? AB equals to AC we are considering, and A inverse exists means we are multiplying A inverse on both sides from left. So we are multiplying on both sides. Again, by associative property we can write A inverse into A into B. Here also similarly. And also by inverse property, A inverse into A is nothing but E. Again by identity property, B into E is equals to B. Similarly for right side. Now you got AB equals to AC implies B equals to C, which is nothing but left cancellation law. So like this we can prove left and right cancellation laws. Next important theorem is uniqueness of identity. Means when you are taking any element in the group, then one and only one identity element should be there. That is a theorem. Prove that in a group G there is only one identity element. That is, identity element is unique. So to prove this, let us take G is a group, and to prove identity element is unique. So to prove it is unique, the contradiction we are taking, that means more than one identity elements are there. Suppose let us take two identity elements. Suppose E1, E2 are two identity elements in G, then what will happen? Let us see. What we need to prove? It is unique means when you are taking more than one also they must be equal, then only we can say it is unique. So we are taking two identity elements suppose, Then suppose E1 is the identity element, then by definition of identity property what we can say, A belongs to G, there must exist this E1 belongs to G such that by identity property A into that identity element itself, that A. So this is by definition of identity property, because G is a group given, that means it should satisfy identity property. Similarly, we are taking E2 is also an identity element. So E2 is an identity element, then by definition of identity property we can say A belongs to G and E2 belongs to G such that A into E2 is also equals to A. So from these two, this is A and this is also A. From these two equations what we can conclude, this element, this is also equal to this one. So A E1 equals to A E2. From previously we proved that left cancellation law. What is that? By left cancellation law what we can prove, E1 equals to, what we can say, E1 equals to E2. So when you are taking two more than one identity element, that also equal in the sense it is unique. Okay, so the identity element in a group G is unique. Let us see the next theorem, uniqueness of inverse. Same conditions we are applying for this theorem also. Prove that in a group G, every element A, there is a unique element in G such that A into B, which is equals to B into A equals to E, where B is the inverse element of A. So in another words what we can say, inverse element in a group G is also unique. That means identity element is all unique, at the same time inverse element of any element is also unique. So to prove this, again we are considering G is a group, and to prove inverse element of A is unique, we are taking same as previous theorem, we are taking more than one inverse element for A. Suppose let us take B and C are two inverse elements of A in G, suppose we are taking. Suppose B is an inverse element, by definition what we can write, A into B equals to E. According to inverse property in a group G, we are taking A is one element and B is also one element in G such that it should satisfy A into B equals to identity element. This is by definition of inverse property. In the same way, C is an inverse element of A, means according to inverse property what we can write, A into C equals to identity element. But A into C equals to E and previously A into B equals to E, both are E's, so the left values are equal, that is AB equals to AC. But by left cancellation law what we can say, B equals to C. Now when you are taking more than two inverse elements, they are equal in the sense they are coincide, that means it is unique. So inverse element of A in a group G is also unique. Also one more important theorem, socks and shoes theorem, that is in a group G, take two elements from G, then prove that AB whole inverse equals to B inverse into A inverse. Important theorem. So let us take G is a group and we need to show AB whole inverse equals to B inverse into A inverse. To prove this, suppose A inverse equals to B. Suppose A inverse equals to B means what we can say, inverse of A is B. What we can say by definition of inverse, A into B equals to E. By inverse property, when we are multiplying any element with A, then identity element will come, then we can say B is the inverse of A, that is A inverse equals to B. So while writing A inverse into B, we can also write what, A into B equals to E, which is from inverse property. The same condition we have to apply for this problem. Here it is given, we need to prove the inverse of AB, that is B inverse into A inverse. So like inverse of A is equals to B means A into B equals to E. In the same way, inverse of AB equals to this means AB into this value is equals to identity elements, like this. So what we need to prove, in words we can write inverse of AB is this. So in notation how we can represent, AB into B inverse A inverse, which is equals to identity element. This we need to prove. For that consider this value and we need to prove which is equals to E. So for this, see, by associative property we can write B into B inverse into A inverse by associative property in G, because in the question it is given that G is a group. So similarly by inverse property, B into B inverse is nothing but E. Again by identity property what we can write, A into E equals to A. Again A into A inverse, by inverse property what we can write, A into A inverse equals to E. So what we proved, AB whole inverse, AB into B inverse A inverse equals to E. Similarly, we can prove B inverse A inverse into AB equals to E. Similarly, we can prove like this. So, what we can write? AB into B inverse A inverse, which is equals to B inverse A inverse into AB equals to E. So, it is of like which form? A into B equals to E. In notation, how we can represent the inverse of AB equals to B inverse A inverse. So, in words, how we can write? Inverse of AB equals to B inverse A inverse. In notation, how we can represent? AB whole inverse equals to B inverse A inverse. So, similarly, we can write for any 3 elements also we can write like this: A, B, C whole inverse equals to C inverse, B inverse, A inverse.